Have you ever looked up at the night sky, at that vast, endless ocean of stars and wondered? We all have. We ask, are we alone? It is a question that has echoed through human history, whispered by philosophers, shouted by scientists. But what if the answer was not just a simple yes or no? What if for millennia we were not alone at all? Imagine our ancestors did not just gaze at the stars, but walked among them hand in hand with beings from another world. What would that story look like? What evidence would they have left behind? This is not a fanciful dream. It is a thought experiment, a journey into a past that could have been, a past that might still be waiting to be discovered under our very feet. Imagine standing at the edge of a newly unearthed archaeological site, a place lost to time until now. This is no ordinary ruin. The architecture itself tells a story of two different minds working as one. Curving, organic, crystalline structures, faintly humming with internal light, the Luminians. Interwoven with familiar human geometry, weathered stone archways, massive interlocking halls. The very foundations of the city are a dialogue, one born under a different sun, and the other rooted firmly in the earth. Pathways spiral in patterns that mirror galactic clusters, a celestial map etched onto the very ground we walk upon. Combined their talents to create a city that was both a fortress and a symphony of light and shadow, a living testament to their joint venture. Within these incredible ruins, the smaller artifacts we discover would be even more mind-bending. It has a grip perfectly molded for human fingers, familiar and ergonomic. But the working end of the tool is something else entirely. It is a cluster of humming crystals that, when activated, project a focused beam of hard light capable of cutting stone with perfect precision. We might unearth a cup made of clay, a form humans have used for millennia. Instead, it is embedded with phosphorescent minerals that absorb light during the day and emit a gentle, swirling star map at night. A human child drinking from this cup would not just be quenching their thirst, they would be learning the constellations of a distant star system, the home of their Luminian neighbors. Imagine discovering a sculpture carved from obsidian by a human artist, depicting a graceful, elongated figure that is clearly not human. The sculpture is magnificent on its own, a masterpiece of form and texture, but as the sun sets, embedded filaments within the stone begin to glow, tracing the figure's circulatory or nervous system in pulsating blue light. This was a Luminian's contribution, a way of showing the inner life, the biological energy, of the subject. It is a portrait that captures not just the outer form, but the inner essence, a piece of art that could only have been conceived by two species sharing their unique perspectives on what it means to be alive. It was a game designed to be played together, a way for two different minds to meet, compete, and learn from one another in the spirit of play, strengthening their bonds through shared leisure. How would these two species with vastly different evolutionary paths communicate their deepest ideas? The answer lies in a language that transcends spoken words. In the ruins, we find no books, no scrolls of parchment or paper. Instead, entire chambers dedicated to sculptural linguistics. Imagine a library with shelves not of books, but of intricate, palm-sized metallic sculptures. A smooth, flowing shape, harmony. A jagged, complex form, conflict. A different jagged form, question. Humans read by touch and shape, Luminians read by reflected and refracted light. One sculpture could tell an entire story. A human might feel a subtle vibration encoded in the material. A Luminian might see a shifting spectrum of colors, rooms with smooth white walls for projection, crystal emitters casting evolving 3D light forms, a pulsing red spiral, verb, to create, a slowly expanding blue sphere, noun, universe, a peace treaty as a massive public sculpture agreed by both species. For the future scientists who unearth these wonders, the task of deciphering them would be the greatest intellectual challenge in history. It would require a completely new kind of science: xenolinguistics, materials, science, art history, cognitive psychology. The first breakthrough would likely come from finding a Rosetta Stone, but it would not be a simple slab with parallel texts. One side, simple human pictograms carved into the wall. Other side, a Luminian projector casting corresponding light forms. Center, the shared sculptural word for that concept. Linguists and computer scientists would meticulously catalog each corresponding symbol: the human image, the Luminian light form, the shared tactile sculpture. Artificial intelligence would be essential. For example, the AI might notice that every time a sculpture has a sharp, pointed element, the corresponding light projection includes a rapid, high-frequency pulse. It would be a global effort, a testament to the power of human collaboration mirroring the very subject of their study. What would these discoveries tell us about our own species? They would hold up a mirror to humanity. We often define ourselves by our conflicts, our struggles for dominance, and our singular intelligence on this planet. But these relics would prove that another path was always possible. They would show a deep, innate capacity for collaboration, adaptation, shared growth. Seeing evidence of our ancestors working peacefully with an alien species would fundamentally reshape our identity. These artifacts would also be a window, giving us our first real glimpse into the mind of an alien intelligence. Through their architecture, art, and language, we would learn about the Luminians. We would understand that they perceived the universe primarily through light, that their social structure was likely built around communal light gathering. In the end, what is the most profound message these hypothetical relics would offer us? It is a message about the power of shared understanding. It would be a story of two species choosing to create something new together, something that neither could have created alone. Their joint civilization, with its light-based language and fused technology, would stand as the ultimate testament to the creative force of connection. It proves that the gaps between us, different cultures, different species, are not empty voids, but spaces filled with the potential for innovation and beauty. This lesson resonates far beyond the speculative realm of alien archaeology. It speaks to our world today, a world rich with diverse cultures, languages, and perspectives. The quest to understand is a fundamental part of who we are. The story encoded in these ancient relics would be the ultimate expression of that quest.